retail customers in terms of how they're feeling about stocks?
It's fascinating. You know, in the last maybe 6 months since there was all this discussion about the sequestration and the marketplace, I think there are really two different schools of thoughts going on. The investor themselves seems to be mostly concerned about how are they going to perform, how are they going to build wealth for their retirement, how are they going to be secure. That's one area. And then specifically, what does rising taxes mean to them? And what kinds of investments should they think about giving a rising tax market? On the other hand, when you get to the actual advisor, who's our client, they're often much more focused on can they outperform over the long term? Can they deliver returns consistently to help that client build the wealth they need so they can live the lifestyle when they get to retirement that they envision? And what they tend to be more focused on is volatility. It's what we're living with every day. Right? We have an upward bias in the market, but yet every day there's different news. You have market volatility. What does that mean? How do you manage through that?
So are retail investors generally using stocks less in their portfolio and turning more toward alternatives, and maybe we'll never see the sort of participation in stocks that we saw when you were running E-Trade?
You know, I think there's a lot to be said about thinking about differentiated and diversified asset classes, right? So if you step back, my guess is that most consumers really understand that the state of the universe broadly is that people are generally, unfortunately, undersaved and over-leveraged. There's been some changes in that behavior in the last couple of years, but I think if you look back 5 or 6 years ago, we clearly saw that, where people used their homes as ATMs, where there was just so much leverage going on. And they recognized the need to save and build wealth, and they need the importance of saving low cost. Right, so I think they understand all of that. And for a long time, the equity market was either the solution or it wasn't. They were in or out. Today, I think to your point, there's a recognition by that guided advice that's coming from advisors to think more broadly about long-term strategies, diversification, and alternative asset classes. So while equities will make up a component, it's not going to be all in or all out. It's going to be thinking about where should I be in the bond market? What's going to happen to the bond market? Should I be shorter diversification? Should I think of alternative asset strategies which are tactically managed, or think about emerging markets, or what's the right overall asset portfolio allocation in order to generate returns?